Your book, your story, your journey. Right, Coach?
Hello, everybody. Well, hello, hi. So my name is Yvonne Skelly, and thank you so much, Carl, for inviting me.
You're welcome.
I am a local since 2021. I'm originally from Dublin, but I moved to Blessington, and it's just completely captured my heart over the last 4 years. And I work in wellness. So I think one of the reasons that inspired Carl to ask me to speak is because, you know, I really have a vision to help make a difference in the community and to help people really step into their power through various different self-care techniques and mastering themselves. And what I wanted to speak to tonight is about choice points. And I really feel collectively humanity is at choice points. And a lot of us are experiencing different things in our lives. There could be challenges, whether it's professionally, whether it's personally in relationships or with health. And we're at choice points really where we can choose to navigate it in a way that will bring us on a path of greater awakening and greater understanding and greater inner power. Or we can choose to stick to an older energy. And we love a story. So, you know, it's obviously about sharing stories. So I want to share a little story, not a massive big long one, but just a little story about choice points, because it's always nice to kind of bring it down to a very practical level. So back in 2022, I was actually twice nominated for Kildare Businesswoman of the Year, which is, you know, hugely honouring to be nominated for that. At the time I had 3 wellness centres and, you know, things were going pretty good. And then by November 2023, I had no centres. And my business was falling apart, and financially it was a bit of a challenge. And you know, I was also facing eviction in my home as well that I'd rented for a number of years. So the irony of being, you know, nominated for Businesswoman of the Year, and then it's like your business is a complete failure. Right, well, not a failure. Depends on your perspective, and this is the choice point that I want to talk about, you know. So it was like, you know, a very humbling experience where I really had to deep dive into, okay, you know, I'm holding this vision to help people, to serve the community, to reach out to more and more people. The centres have all just gone, you know, not all by choice, you know, some of it was kind of taken out of my hands, so to speak, and I had a choice, and this is the kind of choices that we're all going to be led to. I had a choice to wallow in self-pity and go, woe is me, and gosh, this is very unjust, and isn't life awful, and oh God, you know, or I could choose to say, right, this is falling away. I have a fundamental belief that the universe is there to support us. It conspires to help us really awaken our true power. And I had a choice to say, right, wallow in self-pity, or actually start to get excited and create a sense of curiosity about what is going to come in. So if that's falling away energetically, what's going to come in instead of that? And I knew that I and we, as individuals, sovereign beings that we are, have a choice to create something really beautiful in our lives. So I chose to get excited and be curious and start to really vision in, continuing to hold the vision of helping people and living a life that's, I suppose, embodied leadership, if you want to call it that, you know, where really step into what I'm trying to inspire other people to be. So I started to do that. Felt all the feelings, did sit in the shadow for a while, because you can't just ignore it. Felt all the feelings, spent many a night by my fire going, just allowing this grief and sadness, frustration and all the rest of it to go and to move through me, and then start to get excited. So last year somebody said to me, you need to write a book about your experiences. So I might be in touch with you, Carol, but I will be in touch with you. And last year I ended up travelling all over the world practically, from Canada, America, all over Europe. I had 24 flights, 12 of them were long haul. Because I had no centres, it allowed me to be free and to start to bring my gifts, you know, my heart light to different locations around the world. I continue to develop our corporate and our schools wellness, and now, you know, we've reached a point. I got a phone call from somebody in January this year that said to me, look, I've experienced transformation from some of the stuff that, you know, she's attended with Ash, myself and some of the team, and I really want to financially support your vision. I have a few bob in the bank. I'd like to buy premises for you guys to work from. So we're actually in the process now of acquiring a sailor grading property down the road that's going to be a wellness centre that's going to continue to develop and grow even further the vision. And you know, I've been nomadic since last July, so bouncing around doing different things with incredible joy, I might add. You know, some incredible things that I really have to put down on paper and share with people. But I'm also going to be the custodian and guardian of this beautiful place. So I'm going to have a permanent place to live in beautiful West Wicklow. You know, because I remember saying to the universe when all of this was going, you know, am I meant to stay in West Wicklow, because it's really captured my heart, and I got a very clear message. Yes, you're meant to stay here. And I said, well, you need to sort that out then, you know, because come on. And I ended up getting a house there for the winter. But anyway,
Brilliant.
But it's all about the choice points, and that's what I want to bring it back to. We can choose in any moment how we perceive certain experiences. So we can choose to stay in the old vibration and the old way of being and doing, or we can choose to start expanding into our power, into our heart light, into our ability to create. And we're really being supported by this, by the energies. Hello, hi, there. So I just want to leave it as an invitation to you guys. You know, sit with what choices are you making? Are you choosing to really step into your power and to embody your self-mastery and really get excited about what you can create, or are you clinging to the old paradigms? And it's up to you to do that. But I can tell you, when you do lean into that surrender and that fear and the great unknown and mystery of life, there's a lot of beauty waiting for you. So
Excellent. Thank you. Your book, your story, your journey. Rightcoach.ie